What's going on, guys? We're back again, baby. This is Chad with Greenlight Shooting, and it's about to be summer again, man. I need to rethink my setup, rethink my concealed carry options, and you know I had to upgrade. There's so many good choices out there right now in this sort of like war for the best micro compact size handgun. These like little small handguns that are carrying an insane amount of capacity and that are still pretty dang good shooters. There's a lot of options. There was the Hellcat, you know, the Hellcat RDP. There was the 365, all the variations of that. There's a bunch of good options, but man, something about this guy reached out to me. So obviously we got Smith & Wesson here. I purchased this. This was not given to me. This was not sent to me. This was just something that I really had my eye on, honestly. So happy to pick it up. And here it is. Obviously we've got it in a crossbreed holster. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. But man, oh man, here we go. This is the M&P 9 Shield Plus Performance Center. Now, they just released these, I don't know, like a month ago or something since the time this video is coming out, and they released two options. I think there was like a 3 or maybe it might be like 3 or 3.5 inch barrel, and then there's the 4-inch barrel Performance Center, which is this one right here. This thing comes with an upgraded trigger. It comes with fiber optic sights. It comes optic ready. You know I had to have that optic ready option. It comes with a 13+1, boom. 4-inch barrel. Man, I'm stoked on this thing. So before I give you my thoughts, I'm gonna give you sort of the technical specs on this thing. So the first feature they're calling out is this trigger here. Now we've got a flat face trigger, which I love. It allows me to feel like I'm getting a more consistent trigger pull. My finger feels like it's going back in the same place. Most importantly, it doesn't dig into my finger like some of the other ones. For instance, Glocks. That's why I didn't go with like the Glock 43 MOS or anything. I'm not a fan of those triggers. So this one does still have a trigger safety on it that needs to be depressed, but the trigger itself is all flat faced. Like I said, this performance trigger really does live up, especially for a gun in this size. So pull that back, you hit a wall, really, really clean break, and a audible, easy to feel reset. Allows for a quick and precise reset. So when you're back on target, you can break that next shot easily. I've always been a fan of M&P grips. They've got this little bit of palm swell still on here, not quite like one of the full-size M&Ps, but you've still got a little bit of palm swell. And I like the grip texture. It's enough to where you feel like you're getting a good grip on it, especially with my sweaty hands, but it's not so aggressive that it feels like it's gonna dig into me. Like if I'm carrying without a shirt underneath it or something like that, and this grip is gonna be pressed against my skin, I'm not worried about it like rubbing my skin and, you know, creating a rash or anything like that. It feels, for the most part, comfortable. With any gun, I'm gonna try and wear an undershirt at all times. But this is summer, man. We might be rocking some light board shorts with a t-shirt and, you know, it's just too hot out. So I have to have that option of not too aggressive of a grip. We already went over capacity, but we're looking at 13+1 on this extended mag and 10+1 on the flush mag. We've got an optic ready slide with an RMSC footprint. Now, this actually comes with its own optic. It comes with a Crimson Trace optic that's a 5 MOA. And I didn't really love it personally, so I swapped mine out for the Sight Mark. I did another video on that, you can go check it out. It's called like the A-Spec M3 Mini or something like that. It's got a 3 MOA. I like it more personally. I think it looks better, as well as I prefer the 3 MOA dot. And then we've also got the fiber optics here. We've got red fiber optics on back, green fiber optics on the front. Being that it's that micro compact frame size, the thing is extremely thin and just small all around. But here's what really sold me is that 4-inch barrel. A lot of times on these real small guns, like on my 365, like on the Hellcat, I don't really feel that accurate past like say 10 yards. Once I get past that, I really have to focus to hit a good shot. This 4-inch barrel makes a huge difference for me. I really feel so much more accurate with this barrel. And you can see right here, the first time Kyle shot this, he shot a 3-round group, fantastic group. And then him and I were kind of playing back and forth, having a little bit of a competition who can get a better group. I think I stacked like 3 or 5 rounds, all touching as well. So I mean, the accuracy out of this thing is absolutely top notch. There are no manual external safeties, which I prefer. You've just got this trigger safety, and then you do have a loaded chamber indicator. You can look down into your chamber and see if you are loaded or not. And then as with all M&Ps, it is extremely easy to take down with a simple lever. And then you've got access to be able to clean your spring, your barrel, your slide frame, whatever it is. Putting it back together is just as simple. So, big fan of this in terms of what comes in the box, because this is a performance center setup. You do get a little bit extra here. So like I said, you've got a flush mag. You've got this Crimson Trace red dot optic. One thing about that is really, really annoying, by the way, is the only Allen wrenches I could find in here, because this comes with a cover plate on the optic ready section. I couldn't find anywhere in here where there was an Allen wrench to be able to remove those nuts and put this optic on. The optic comes with separate screws, and you need the Crimson Trace hex wrenches, and you need the Crimson Trace Allen wrenches to be able to screw those in. But the screws that are coming out of the plate don't come with like a hex wrench. It's not that big of a deal. Most people have those, but it's just like, come on, guys. Anyways, yeah, the Crimson Trace optic, which we'll probably do a review on eventually, but it's just, like I said, I preferred the sight mark, so that's what's sitting on there now. And then it does come with this nifty little cleaning kit. It's a good looking cleaning kit, man. It has everything you need, folds down real nice. Everything has its own little place. Like, it looks very, very professional and you know, small. Throw this in your range bag. It's not like one of them big cases or anything like that you have to find space for. So yeah, I'm a fan that it came with this. So that's sort of some overview features and a little bit of my thoughts on this thing. Once again, the thing that really sold me on this gun specifically for my new concealed carry in the summer. Stop and think about that. Well, I live in Utah, I live in a desert. It's pretty hot. It's probably 90s for the majority of summer. I'm wearing light shorts and a light t-shirt through the majority of it. I don't want to be doubling up. I don't want to be wearing a flannel or something like that. So whatever I can do to keep printing down is really, really important to me, which is why I usually go down to a smaller gun in summer, which is where this thing's going to come in. But the 4-inch barrel is a big deal to me. Like I said, carrying that SIG, I didn't feel confident at range. This thing gives me significantly more confidence in terms of accuracy. The fact I can still get my whole hand on this thing with that extended mag is a big deal. The trigger pull is fantastic. I do wish there was like a Picatinny rail here, something to be able to throw a light on or an accessory. It's not the end of the world, but it is something I would like to see. But yeah, once again, the things that sold me on this for summer carry, number one, that extended 4-inch barrel is a big deal for accuracy. The fact that it's optic ready, because I gotta have that red dot on there. The trigger being upgraded is a big deal just because I like shooting nice triggers. The extended mag getting 13+1. If you've watched this channel, you know capacity is a huge, huge deal for me because most of the time I'm not gonna be carrying an extra magazine. The most important thing to me in concealed carry is comfort. And if something gets in the way of comfort, I'm just not gonna carry it, which is usually that second mag. So I have to make sure my capacity is at a certain level or else it just doesn't make sense, right? Carry something that only holds 7 rounds is a big deal for me. So I needed this, which is why I couldn't have the old Shield. So the fact they came out with this Plus for 13+1, big deal. And I am gonna be carrying this, of course, in a crossbreed holster. So this one specifically I've got right here. This is their AIWB holster. I'm a big fan of this holster. As soon as they have a Reckoning out for this handgun, I will be upgrading to that though, only because I can throw a claw right here. This thing works fantastically, don't get me wrong, but as soon as I can get that Reckoning, I'll throw a claw right here and it'll just help print even less. And like I said, if I'm just wearing a t-shirt and light shorts, printing is very, very important to me. I love the fact that Crossbreed always has a nice optic cut for my firearm, so I don't have to worry about that. I like that it's you know, it's flexible. Again, comfort is such a big deal for me. This thing's gonna be riding against my skin in the summer. I want it to be comfortable. And then this hard Kydex shell. Make sure that, you know, my trigger guard is covered. Make sure that, like, if I'm practicing dry fire, I don't have to like open up like a soft holster. It's like nylon or something like that. I am a big fan of having that Kydex shell, but the comfort is the thing that sells it for me. So I've got to have that leather backer. Anyways, that is what I'm upgrading to for the summer. The M&P Shield Plus by Smith & Wesson, the Performance Center option with the Sight Mark M-Spec A3 or something. I don't know. Like I said, there's a video on that optic. Big fan of it. But yeah, man, stoked on this new setup. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. Let me know what you are gonna be carrying this summer. And until next time, man, if you are new around here, hit that subscribe button if you were down for the ride, and I'll catch you next time on Greenlight Shooting. Peace out.